gonna wrap it up in maybe 2 more hours. So at 7 we'll wrap this stream up, and um, if I might not have the build ready to go by the end of the stream, but like I said, I'll get it out by Sunday probably. Alright, line up down near the edge of the file. That's not... I vaguely remember thinking we actually dealt with this, but maybe we didn't. I don't know. Maybe it was like there's a crash and now it's just wrong or something. Let's take you, and let's watch what happens here. Yes, that is wrong. Delete at the end of the file also is wrong. Interesting. So it's definitely different behavior than what it used to have. There's no doubt about that. Do 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 do. Do. It's doing that, and it's doing this thing where if it doesn't... Okay. I have a theory. So... Move line up. Okay. Move line down. Oh, let me take a look. Jim has some other note. So it swapped their positions. Oh, there's not a new line character right there. If I did this, they would swap. Okay. Alright. Is that because I'm doing it this way instead of just writing it, maybe? Move down textual. Move line up. Okay. So this gets the line that we're on. I know what this is. Okay. Next line position minus breadth line position, length plus 1, first len plus 1. Then what we're going to do, so we're going to replace range, breadth line position to next line position. Oh, that's what that's doing. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, let's try this. We're going to do that. Then we're going to go look. If swap first len. If first len equals 0, or swap first len minus 1 does not equal new line, then what we're going to do is we're going to say swap first len equals new line plus plus first len. Yikes. Wait, what is it? So I guess length needs to go up actually? Wait, okay, so where are these things? Length is the full thing, and it can go up by one more if there's no new line. Yeah, 4coder isn't strict about the last line needing to have a new line after it. I treat them as separators, not as like I don't know, it's just so, if you were going to have a thing that's like this must occur for each line, you would put it at the beginning of the line, I feel like. It's just, it feels odd to me to say it's always got to be at the end. I guess the reason you always say it's got to be at the end is it's kind of like putting a null terminator. It's a terminator to the, I guess, if you take the point of view that it's always there. But I don't know, what happens when you load a text file and it isn't there? Do you pretend it's there anyway? Do you put it in? I don't know. I feel like I just prefer to say sometimes there's not a new line there, and that's fine. Doesn't mean it's not correct, because it could be what the thing you opened had in it. So, oh, and then I'm going to have to increase that one too. Alright, so this line position, next line position. I read the next line. If it doesn't have a new line, then I put it in there. And I increment those each by 1 to make them one larger, and then we go. Alright, let's try it. See if that does it. Whoa. Alright, so that's a new feature. Now when you push the down, it just goes indefinitely far this way. That's kind of funny. I'm not actually opposed to it, I guess. Should I be, though? Let me think. Well, it does lead to that bug there. So it's looking at this and going, alright, boom, boom. Why is that happening? There's no new line here. It reinserts this and this again, huh? Let's take a look. 4coder default include move line up, breakpoint down. Alright, let's take a look at what happens. Come up with these three. This line, next line, position, position, position. So, okay. And then we find out what the length is, which is 14. Now, I'm curious to find out why we even got into this situation in the first place. This line is 2943, 2944, and 2940, 2942, 2943, 2944. Seems like these two should have been... Oh, but move down does... Okay, so that's what's happening. Understood. So when we do move down textual, if we're already at the bottom, we don't move down anymore, so we stay where we are. We then move that line up one and then move back down right. So what we want to do is we want to say move down textual, next line, if new cursor if new cursor line is equal to next line, then view set cursor app view seek position new cursor position true. Let's take a look. View compute cursor. Oop. Bumping the screen. Alright, so the cursor comes out that way. Got it. So that still happens, but this one doesn't. If I'm on the bottom line and I do this, that is what happens. If I'm on the second to bottom line and I do that, it makes another new line that didn't exist. Oh! So if the next line doesn't have a new line, then I should remove the one off of this one. Oh. Well, let me see. Suppose this, if there's not a new line, yeah, there's got to be a new line on this one, no matter what. So, yeah, we don't need to do this. This is easy. We just don't do that one. Okay. And there we go. No more going down. Do, 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 do. There we go. Alright, so that one is working now. Stream to do. Alright. Next up, we have deleting the last line also appears to be busted, so I'm going to actually add that because it doesn't show up here, but delete line at end of file. Delete line. Does this fix it? Okay, so the reason this doesn't quite work right is normally that +1 gives us the next new line, but in this case we actually want to remove the previous new line. There's something in the helper for doing this. Character buffer get char. If buffer get char app buffer end does not equal new line, then we were going to take start back one, and then we'll just say if start becomes less than 0, then set that there, and we have an empty file is the situation. There we go. That's better. I guess I should also test that it works in the general case. This doesn't crash. This doesn't crash. That doesn't crash. That doesn't crash. Those work. Whoa, buddy. Too much. Boom. 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 Alright, let's see what's happening there. Start, end. No, okay. What? Oh, end. Well, end is one past the... It's one past the end. No, that's working. And, okay, now that's not working again. Oh, okay. I know why. So now we are getting a new line there, but one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. Yes. Alright, there we go. Stream to do, delete line at end of file. Very good. Alright, seek end of line for very long line with thousands of characters. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Very long line dot cpp has a line with thousands of characters. Int foo there's 4, 8, 16, 32. Here's how we'll do this. Boom. So how many is that? That's 60. Wait, what? 14, 80. If we take 80 minus 14, we get 70, 66. There's 64. Okay. 128. No line wrapping, please. 128. 256. 512. 1024. 2048. 4096. 8000 and some shit. 16. 32. 65536. Alright. That should be enough for this test. Yep, that's right. It doesn't work. It only goes up to 10,000. Alright. 4coder not responding. What? That's weird. Where's my new instance of 4coder? What's going on here? Here's 4coder. It's opening up. It's taking a little while. It's a little bit tricky. It's confusing. Is this about that line? It's not about that line of text, is it? I didn't put that in the... I put that in the sample data. And then we handle it just fine anyway. What is this? What kind of craziness is going on here? It's doing it here too? What is this? What is this? This is crazy town. I'm literally... I've never seen anything like this. Launch 4coder. It freaks out. And it doesn't show up. Alright, I ran it from the debugger. It's not even possible. I don't have debug info on the other one, but let's take a look at this one. Debug break. Read clipboard content. Oh. Clip max 384. Got that. UTF-16 to UTF-8. So S is being incremented. It's just taking a long time, but why? It shouldn't take that long. Okay, so it's done. Comes back with 16384 greater than. It's exactly equal, and so why would I say it needs to be greater than entirely if I'm not? And I come in here, I free the clip buffer, I round up to kilobyte 4, which is the same number again. Why did I say it has to be greater than or equal to the clip max? Because I need a terminator there, so I need a +1 there. Idiot! Idiot! Okay. Well, that's a super rare bug that you only get by having something on your clipboard that's at least 4 kilobytes and is a multiple of 4 kilobytes. That's ridiculous. But we found it, so that's cool. 351. How am I gonna fix it though? Oh. Copy. $351. Whoops, not full screen. You guys can't see it when it goes full screen. There we go. And now, just to test it, we're going to come over here, test data, sample files, very long line, and we're going to, let's see, boom, boom, Copy, paste, 655371, perfect. Save, exit, yes, and now run it again. Right, that one won't be fixed, but this one will. Boom. Perfect. Okay. Now I need to put something small on my clipboard again, and now I can launch it. Oh no, it's launching the version with a font of 14. No, how could you? Close the program. Okay. Thank you, Gramonja, for the, stabilizing force of your reasonable suggestion. Keep me from spiraling out of control. I want to go to base commands. Seek end of textual line. Get out of here. Get out of here. Seek line end. Where is seek line end implemented? Okay, so that's just streaming along to find the end of the line, which is more accurate. Seek end of line. There it is. So I see. So it's picking an X as large as I typed in, but that's nowhere near the largest possible X. And with the really long line, it discovers that. So I don't have max F32 here. That's weird. Okay. Maximum float value C++. Okay, you suck. Okay, what if I don't want to use a standard library and just want you to give me the number? You suck. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jim, with some real links. Ah, this is cool. I'm gonna see if I can type that in over here and bring it up. H minus Schmid float converter. Neat. Okay. Let's take a look. I want, no, not on that. The exponent, So is it not doing? Is it biasing or what's the deal? This is without the bias. This is with the bias. Got it. So there's with the bias. And there we go, infinity. Let's grab that. Now how do I, can we even do hexadecimal floating point? C++ 17, really? Okay. How can I easily tell something to store infinity? Fuck you. Oh my god, you're just a bunch of fuckers. Okay. 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 Yeah, I don't really want to depend on a library for something like a limit. I just want to be able to type it in. Although, if we can use, I don't know, can we use these things over here on the right? It is handy for getting the epsilon. I should probably get that in my code, like, built into the code base, but anyways, point is, now that I have this code here and it's compiling, let's also put it under base commands. I'll just put it, no, let's put it under helper with all this shit. F32 to float. Static const float max F32 hex float uint32t uint32t hex float. Sun's getting a little bright. I'm gonna close the blinders. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look. So that's the largest float I can possibly put there. Hopefully no one ever has a line so long that that doesn't work, because that would be, honestly, just absolutely impossible, right? Whoops. Hey, that's a working. Alright, great. Cool. Next thing. Yeah, I know that they probably are in a header defining those things, but I don't want to include their headers. I want my, like, because then I'm either going to have to copy their header into my code base or get a different one for other operating systems or something and use their weird names. I don't want to do it. I want to be able to just write it in. Like, I want the language to have it as a first-class citizen that you can type out all the values of a float. Jump line parsing fails for the format name number. For the format name number. Yes, it does. Set cursor to 0 when rebuilding. So the search jumps start at the top. Yeah, I'm going to reorder these because that's a bit more of a pain in the ass than these. Let's do the order of flags thing real quick. Pretty sure that this actually is a non-issue because that's how I've been using it all day, but let's just run a couple of experiments. Let's suppose I ran this with a 20 and then a full screen. What do I see? You guys won't be able to see this, you'll just have to trust me. Okay, so that looks right. Let's try and put it the other way around. A full screen and then a 20. Yeah, okay. That's not an issue. I can't repro it right now, so I'll have to go and ask for more details. Yes, okay. So, we'll have to track down things like this. Build, yeah, okay, end file. But, I mean, like, if I go to project commands, for instance, I'm looking for the buffer that takes the output. Set up new project, set fancy compilation buffer. Buffer ID, where is that coming from? Buffer ID, it's buffer identifier. Outland. Buffer identifier. jump buffer. Exec system command. It's got to be in there, right? If the file exists, check that it is legal. Edit clear. If we have a hook end file, alright, there we go. Edit clear calls hook end file. That's what I was looking for. Now, does anyone remember why I was looking for the end file hook being called directly? I think I got it. So, when we do that, edit single file buffer. Right. Okay. So that's an edit thing. I'm gonna split the panels real quick. I really hope I don't build without remembering to change it back, but view. Right cursor with index. Yep, so that's doing the mark fixing stuff with the view cursors. So I should be able to just write code that's like, okay. Editing layout equals models layout for panel equals layout used sentinel next. Panel does not equal layout used sentinel. Panel equals panel next. View equals panel view if view transient file data file equals the file of interest, then all of these get set back to 0. Let's just do view set cursor. How is that going to work? View set cursor. View cursor true unwrapped lines. View set cursor file settings dot unwrapped lines. Full cursor will just be a null cursor like this. Let me just check types dot h full cursor. I'm gonna give some of these the correct thing. So line character wrap line shit! God. God damn it. Now we have to wait for the whole thing to happen again when I close the panel, and there we go. Now we're back to normal stuff happening. Alright, so to test this, let me get rid of that. Run it without it. Alright, so we can do that. Now the idea is, while we're doing this, we'd also like to be able to do this. So we come way down here, we go boom, build it again, and we start from the top again. Build it again. It skipped that line this time. Build it again. That's so weird. So if I go way down and then I build it again, then it starts from right there. If I'm right at the top and I build it again, wait, what? Build it again. Build it again. Now build it again. Okay. So that code path, okay. For some reason when I close that and then do it again, boom. Oh, it's because none of the views right now, okay. I see what's happening. Does that mean that files still have file edit positions, huh? Okay, I would like to see how that actually plays out. Let's pull up code 4ed edit.cpp clear. Alright, there we go. Okay, we're going to look at the file. We're going to look at its state. Edit position count equals 0. And these are all zeros. Cursor, scroll, etc., etc. Okay. We step in there, we close it, and we do it again. Now we're clearing, and there's only going to be one panel in use right now. There are two panels in use right now. Weird. Okay. That doesn't match. That doesn't. So neither of them match, even though there's two of them. Weird, but okay. I might want to take a look at that again. But we have this, and yeah. Okay. So, along with everything else, what we're going to do is when we see that we're clearing a file, let's try just saying memset the file's state edit position space to 0 and set the state dot edit position count to 0 as well. Okay. One, two. Close it. Remake it. And there we go again. And there we go again. Uh-oh. Yeah, so why should that be coming back as -1? Edit position get index. Okay. So this is coming in, why is this coming in? View set cursor. So we only really want to do this in the case that there wasn't already a view looking at it, because that means a view is going to get set to it later. But if we do it while views are looking at it, it will mess those views up. Perfect. Alright. Stream to do. You're gone. Okay, I think the next thing I want to do is, before I get to any of that, I want to find out why it sometimes is putting a star on the compilation buffer. And the other weird stuff where it was putting an exclamation mark on the oh shit, the list, the file list, while I was putting a star on the status bar of the same file. Let's take a look at all that crap. So let's try it in Drama Clock. Code, open all code, build it. Alright, there we go. Suppose I did that. And look at that. Alright, there's all the problems. There's all of them. We have this star here is correct, but this exclamation point is incorrect, this star is incorrect, and this exclamation point is incorrect. So, one thing at a time, I want to find out why compilation has a star. So, to do that, I'm going to clear out all of these, and we're going to go over to 4ed.cpp, no, 4ed view render view inter UI view UI. Draw file bar. Yep, this is the one. Show me what you got. Here come the strings that we're putting out. Still waxing dirty. Unsaved changes. So it's saying that there is a dirty flag on the compilation buffer. Weird. Alright. We will take a look at that in a minute, but next I want to look at the file list thing. Okay, so those are just swapped, so we can get that fixed right now. Alright, so at least those can agree with each other. Now, why does compilation have a dirty flag? It's really weird, right? Let's go to view state.dirty. Okay, how about just dirty? It's nowhere in view, huh? How about edit? Dirty? Let's take a look at forEd file. Set dirty flag. See if it's happening here. Okay. 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 Up to date. Okay. So the dirty state of this thing is currently up to date. And that is for execute standard build search print message. This is not the one. Okay. Exec system command, create from string, set dirty flag. Oh. Read only file. Exec system command. Why isn't read only file setting that it's unimportant though? So you didn't set an unimportant flag on there? If file settings read only. Set dirty flag. How did this used to work? Init read only file. File create flag read only. Weird, but not really that hard to solve, I guess. Let me investigate a little bit though. So down here when I make scratch, for instance, I'm just setting the unimportant on it right there. So I guess it used to be that it would check for unimportant by looking at the star. That's what it was. Why did that leave? What the hell is this? Is this unfinished code? Check files are up to date. Get file change. If file does not equal 0, file ignore behind OS equals 0. If it's unimportant, that's just unfinished. That's ridiculous. File set dirty flag, file dirty state, unloaded changes. Oh, it used to be that the unimportant got set later. But now things like edit clear and we were using a query function rather than saying get this right from the top. Okay. So how do we want to deal with that? Well, what we ought to do is we ought to say if we ever set something to unimportant, that we simultaneously fix all of its flags, right? Great. Okay. So what we're going to do is go to File CPP here. Inline void file set unimportant. Editing file. Folder 2 is unimportant. If val file state dirty equals dirty state up to date. File state unimportant. Wait, is that? That's settings unimportant equals val. There we go. And now we're just going to go and find all the places where we set it and change that to file set unimportant. File true. Okay, you're done. You're not a thing. File set unimportant. Bada boom. Val out. File set does not equal 0. Unimportant. File true. Else false. Important, unimportant. That's a read. That's a flag in the custom layer. Custom, alright. God! Fuck. Fucking bullshit. Okay. Get out of here. Perfect. Done. Feel like I'm reaching the end of my rope here. I mean, we're hitting up against things that are slightly less trivial, and maybe I'm chickening out. Let's take a look at least one of them, and then I'll call it a day. So we want to look at clipboard stuff. Alright. Clipboard, Win32, post clipboard. Nothing was said about implementing a debugger. Did you? There was a point at which I let the computer, the chat, like fade off, and I didn't get my. It looked like Someone was mentioning it sounded like there had been questions asked that I had missed. Was there something about a debugger? You should ask again if you asked a debugger question, because I didn't see it. Alright, posting to clipboard works okay, but it only posts text, and we could also post Unicode, which we should do, but it actually is working fine. Okay. So no, I have no plans of implementing a debugger myself. I would the only length to which I'm planning to go is to provide the front-end features that someone would need to make their own debugger in 4coder. I'm going to basically create the debugger UI and like a easy-to-implement API that if your debugger can implement this API, if your back-end debugger can implement this API, then it will work with 4coder, because 4coder has the UI implemented for this API. That's what I'm planning to do at some point. And then anyone who wants to try to make a debugger on 4coder can give a shot at it, and I don't have to, work too closely with each individual attempt, because there's actually a lot of people who have different debugger projects who might like to try and do that. See, here's where it goes wrong, I think. I ask, is Unicode text available? I don't have an alternative version that asks if regular text is available and makes that work. So let's try and see what we can do here. Copy, paste. Of course, I'm kind of like not able to test this super well myself. Wait, I don't like this direction already. Alright, so if we can read, we're going to set the result to 0, we open this, and now what we're going to do is we're going to say, look, if this is if has Unicode, do this, else do this. And so it grabs the clip data. We can promote this up top so as to prevent having to write it twice. Clip data text. If clip data does not equal 0, char star clip ASCII equals char star global lock clip data. If clip ASCII does not equal 0, get the length of the string. For as long as clip ASCII len is greater than or equal to win32 vars.clipmax, and this is where I start seeing the code all being the same again. So maybe what I want to do is look at something like, after we do that conversion there, the rest of this will all go on in one big shared kumbaya code path, like so. Wait, no, that's not going to work because this loop here uses the conversion still. I'm silly. So we grab that as long as that's greater than that. Free the current one, round this up some more, just memory allocate all that, and grab that and fill it. Alternatively, this one down here does something more like, as long as ASCII len is greater than or equal to that. It's more like if ASCII len is greater than or equal to that, then we free that, we round that up there. Clip buffer, system memory allocate, the new clip max. And then we just mem copy into the clip ASCII from the into the Win32 vars dot. Then we. Okay, I see. Clip buffer. Yeah. We mem copy into the Win32 vars clip buffer. God, I did not know what I was doing back when I wrote all of 4coder. That's the bug I'm going for. I don't have a repro case for it, Jim, but I mean, I see it once in a rare while, and I know a lot of other people have ones that they're like, sometimes this particular program or whatever doesn't send it. My theory is that for whatever reason, in those cases, Windows is refusing to convert automatically to Unicode, or there maybe sometimes those programs post Unicode and sometimes they don't. I don't know what it is, but I was only querying for Unicode data before, and now I'm going to query for Unicode data, and then if I don't see it, I'll fall back and query for text data. Right? And hopefully that makes it work better. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. If it doesn't, then it's more about notifications getting missed, I bet, than about, and less about, formats. Clip ASCII. Clip ASCII len +1. Either way. That's going to go right there. Now all of that's going to happen if red clipboard data equals false. If we get to the point where we confidently believe that we have clipboard data, then we'll do that. Alright, like I said, I didn't have a repro case for this in the first place. So the plan here, now that it's building, is to just make sure I'm still getting the behavior that's at least as good as what I've always had. Content length equals 0. Contents length equals clip 8len +1. Clip ASCII len +1. Yeah, it does seem random. It's not like a reliable thing. It's either a confluence of factors. Well, it's definitely a confluence of factors, but it's not clear. What I don't know is if the confluence of factors is a confluence of factors leading up to me missing a notification or leading up to me not being able to convert to the format that I'm expecting, right? Right now I'm betting that it's the format thing, but if it isn't, then I can investigate further. I just don't know how to fix it if it's not this. not sure why I'm doing this, honestly. It's kind of stupid. So that's just gone. If content length is greater than 0, handle clip data. There we go. Let's exercise the copy paste a little bit. Alright, so suppose I come over here and I copy out all of you and I paste it right there. That's good. Suppose I went to MSDN, which is one of the weird places that this kicks in frequently for me. No. Whoops, my bad. Let me be more clear. Go to me Win32 API Win main. There we go. There we go. Yep. There we go. So as I do that one, okay. What if I grab that? Whoops, what if I grab that? What do you say? Okay. Not too worried about this. 4coder.net/test 100 kilobyte file. Does that still work? Whoa. Copy, paste. Hey, I just reproed it. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Alright, so suppose I go to... what's that other one I had? Yeah, this one. And I copy this. Okay. And then I copy that. Okay, that worked that time. Is it because the buffer grew? Okay, let's try some stuff. Hey, that's it. That's totally doing it. Alright, we've got a repro case, people. We have a repro case. We can do this now. Alright, nothing can stop me when I know how to reproduce a bug. Let's take a look. Doop. 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 Alright. Here we go. Run it. Okay. So we do that has Unicode, clip length. Whoa, what's that? What was that? You go away for a minute. Come in. Go to there. Alright, so that's the big one. The buffer is big now. Contents, run. Okay. Now I come over here and I copy some small text. Upon doing so, this triggers again, and we end up just fine. It pastes. We copy this. We got the notification. It came in. What was that? Why does that happen? Where is the code now? Okay, just step to here. Oh, that's really interesting. It puts like some kind of breakpoint in there, and then... Oh, weird. Weird. Okay. But anyway, it did that. We've converted. We didn't get an error. Whoops, that's got to be -1 right there, but okay. Alright, so we didn't recreate it, and I think I know why. I have a suspicion why it didn't repro that time. But let me go and fix the obvious bug first. Yeah. Build that again. Alright, let me double check that I can repro this. And that I know why it didn't repro that time. So, boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, suppose, before I go anywhere else, I first copy that. And then I run this. And then I copy this. And then I copy that. Ah, it worked. It didn't repro that time. That shouldn't have worked. If my repro case was working, it wouldn't have worked. Let's just see if that sometimes works or something. What on earth? That worked that time. Okay. We're gonna bring in this one. Yeah, okay, so that's definitely reliably working. So let's take a look. Okay, it's open. I copy some small amount of text that easily fits in the initial size of the buffer. Okay, breakpoint activated. I then come over here, I go like this, and I copy. And what happens? Okay. Okay, so that looks like it probably worked. But let's keep following it through. Darn it. It was working. Alright, so that was it working. Let's try this whole thing again. Worked that time. If this repro case ain't working, I ain't gonna be able to do it. It's not really asynchronous like that, I don't think. It could be that the operating system is still working on the paste and that they take long, or on the copy, and it takes longer than you think. But I mean, you can see even when I copy a big thing, you get the notification right away, and it's not on a separate thread or anything, or at least not on a separate thread that runs in parallel to you. Um, um, I've been wondering if it's something weird like it doesn't get stuffed into the data structure correctly near the beginning or something, but I didn't see any problem with the code on the first pass through and it worked. Yeah, and the thing that at least was sort of looking like it was increasing the probability of this failing was doing something like this. So I'm going to do this again, very specifically using this chunk of the text. Whoa, that didn't even copy that time. Copy, boom, copy, boom. Weird. Okay, so that time it was this thing that didn't copy correctly. Copy, paste. Copy, shit. Paste. Okay. Copy, paste. Okay, that one worked. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Hey, it rebrowed again. Paste, paste, paste. Never comes in. Okay. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Yeah, doing it quickly doesn't make it less likely to occur, or more likely to occur. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. It happened again. So, what's tricky about this is if I do it like this, I'll be able to see them as events when they happen. Boom. But I keep getting interrupted then. Do I ever not get the event? Still getting the event. Still getting the event. Still getting the event. Still getting it. Still getting it. Still getting it. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, Jim. You're trying to think of a reason why when you debug it, it's never going to happen. Because you do want to make sure that if you're going down a path where you're trying to debug a thing, that by debugging it, you're not interfering with it. I don't see how that could be the case right now, unless it's in the operating system somehow. But yeah, I see where you're going with that idea. It's not that bad of an idea. In fact, I'd say it's a reasonable idea. Alright, still no repro. Still no repro. Still no repro. Alright, I'm going to take that back out. And we're going to try it again. Like this. Boom, boom. That worked. Boom, boom. That worked. Boom, boom. That worked. Boom, boom. It worked. Boom, boom. It worked. Boom, boom. That worked. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. We hit some other bug along the way, but it's not clear. We hit the mem move, line end, line shift. Transitioning from 1023 lines to 1024 lines or something. Yep, it did not reallocate character starts as needed. It should have bumped these up. But that's not the issue I'm dealing with right now. I'll just put it on the stream to do. Alright, kind of running out of patience with this one, but let's keep going for it. So the trick is when I have the breakpoint in place, it really does seem to interfere with my ability to reproduce, which is never a great place to be. Okay, that just did it twice in a row on that text. So what I want is I want a breakpoint somewhere else farther down. We know if I put a breakpoint there that I reach it, and then it interferes. So what if I put a breakpoint here? Do I reach it and still interfere, or do I fail to reach it once in a while? There we go. No new string. There it reached. There it reached. There it reached. Reaching. Reaching. Missed. Missed again. Reached. Okay. So, there we go. We know that it does, whether or not, it always breaks there, so I'm getting my notifications, but it doesn't always reach here, which means I'm not always successfully getting a string out for some reason. So now I'm going to try a breakpoint right here, where we set the clipboard contents. Do we always reach that when we copy, or do we miss it sometimes? Okay, we reached it there. Let's get you out of the way. Copy. We reached it. Copy. We reached it. Copy. We reached it. Copy. 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 There we go. So we don't always reach that one. I just figured out how to do this. I just figured out how to test this whole thing. We're gonna use a new technique today that I'm inventing for debugging on the fly right now. Putting breakpoints there, here. I'm going to put labels on them to remember the numbers. Edit labels. So this is a 1. To A, to B. To B. Three A. 3B. 4. Get out of here. You're unrelated. 5. Okay. There we go. Now I can sort them by label. And then what I can do is I can say for each of them, I'm going to hit count is equal to, set it super high. We're going to do that on all of these. Hit count is equal to, 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 hit count is equal to. Alright, so now it won't actually stop, but it'll keep track of which ones it's hitting at what frequencies, and we will be able to watch if the fucking table works. I guess it'll only show that during debug runtime, like at runtime, right? At debug time, when we're actually debugging it. There we go, that's what I needed to see. And right now it says they're all equal, currently 0. Okay, now I'm going to pause it. And we can take a look at these counters. So it reached 26 times. It reached 2A and 3A 25 times. It reached 4 25 times. It reached 5 24 times. Alright. So, how is that happening? I'm not actually sure. On one occasion, we saw this and we didn't manage to open the clipboard. On some other occasion, we managed to get all the way to here, and it didn't pass down. Alright, I want to see all the times when read clipboard contents gets called. Okay, so that one is happening because the initial time we read it to find out what was on the clipboard before 4coder was running, that time it doesn't pass through here. So this is not mysterious, but this is the bug when it fails to open the clipboard. Let's just try one other thing. Whoops. God damn it. 1, 2. Okay. There's once. There's twice. Alright, that's enough. We got it twice. Ah, shit, I closed it. I wanted to... Fucking idiot. Okay. And again. There we go. We got it a couple times there. Now let me pause, and we can look at the correct hit counts. Okay. So when it failed, it was definitely because Open Clipboard failed. So I wonder why that happens, and if there's something we can do to recover from it. How do you perfectly separate two windows in half? Alright. It depends on your version. On Windows 7, you just do that. You just pick it up and you put it on the side you want it on. Right? You just, boom. Well, that one's going to be a pain in the ass because 4coder sucks ass. But, that's the idea. I think on Windows 10 it's the same thing, but when you do it on Windows 10 you do that, and then it'll like, on this side it'll list all the other windows and you pick the other one and it just automatically puts it there, which sometimes I don't like. Sometimes I wish it would not do that because it's only like half the time that I actually always want the other one to do that. Yeah, you just pick it up and you hold it there and it'll show you what it's going to do. You can pull it to the top and it goes full screen or maximized, and you can't do anything on the bottom because why would, you know, they didn't have any ideas for that, I guess. Okay, so what could be happening here is that Open Clipboard fails because some other application still has it open, and we don't go back and try again later. So let's do it a little bit differently. This is going to return true or false, right? Result equals true. Yeah, let's do this. And then if it comes back false, well, no. Win32 read clipboard. Okay, right now I'm not basing anything on that. So result equals true means we got it. To read clipboard contents. Don't care about this one. Do is self equals false. If we successfully do this, then do that. And input.clipboard equals clipboard contents. Right, and we're zeroing that up there. Right. So we zero out the clipboard. If we have a sequence number, get clipboard sequence number, we look at the next sequence number and we go, is this different? If it is, then we go, did we say we were going to be seeing ourselves post to the clipboard soon? If so, then ignore it. Otherwise, try and read it. If we fail to read it, then if we succeed at reading it, then update our thing here. If we still fail to read it, then we will try again next frame. We could also do like got contents equals false for as long as I do r equals 0. Try like, I don't know, 4 times, right? Alright. I'm pretty sure that that will fix it. It's a little hard to test for sure, because it was so hard to reproduce in the first place. But, let's put that one there. Put this one here, and let's start going for it. So probably what causes it is any application that leaves the clipboard open for longer than it should increases the likelihood that it'll catch the bug. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's not totally thorough, but it's not happening yet, which is good news. Alright, I believe in this. I believe in this thing you do. Do 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 do. Alright. There we go. And with that, I think we will call it a day. We've gone a little past 7 actually, which was my original target, but hey, we had to get that working, and now I think it is working. So thanks for coming out this week, guys. There'll be another 4coder Friday coming soon, probably a week from now. Later.